Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me once a week. I'm obsessed with constant and never ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe now so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to the 16th episode of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. Okay, just a real quick message. Hop over to my website, HeidiDawson.com, and download my free PDF and video. It'll help you identify who you truly are and also help you kind of shape who you want to present to the world. Okay, it's a powerful tool. It's a lot of fun, and it's my gift to you. Okay, now, how many times do you hear people say, you are perfect just the way you are? Now, oftentimes, if you hear that, it's coming from maybe your best friend, your partner, your mom, or maybe it's just a meme you read on Instagram. Now, what's your immediate thought when you hear that or read it? Do you believe it? Or does it bounce off and you're kind of like, oh, well, they don't really mean that? Well, more than likely, they do mean it. They're not asking you to change to please them. And that's a really good thing because many times people want you to change because it'll make them feel better. And that just isn't your job. Now, I'm starting here because what I think these lovely friends and family members mean when they say you're perfect just the way you are is the real you is perfect, the authentic you. Not the work version or the social media version or the polite in front of strangers version, which we all have, right? No, they're talking about the one that laughs easily, the one that tells funny, goofy jokes or does that little dance when they're happy, the one that cries at sad movies or maybe cries at happy movies, the one that's behind the shell that you put up in public or that you've created to be acceptable or appropriate. Now, growing up, I cried a lot as a little girl. I get my feelings hurt so easily. My dad used to say that I was thin-skinned. Now, I don't even know if we use that phrase anymore. I haven't heard it in a long time. But, he was just trying to toughen me up. And I wouldn't change that for anything. I wouldn't change the way I was raised for anything. It made me into who I am today. Now, I'm also not sure when I stopped crying. I think as a teen and young adult, I felt so judged that I just stopped showing my real feelings to most people. I built this sort of strong woman shell around myself, and I've lived most of my adult life with it, I have to say. I saw crying as a show of weakness, but little by little, I've been breaking that apart because of so much self-work. Now, I now realize that crying is actually a show of strength because you're comfortable expressing your feelings. I swear, this quarantine has seen me crying more than I have in like 10 years, all in 2 months. The other day, I was crying talking to my sister-in-law because of the bravery she's shown, even though she's really scared. You see, she's a charge nurse on the COVID floor at a local hospital here and goes into work every day, even though she knows she could become ill. I cried the other night because Amos Lee was doing a free concert from his living room on Instagram. I mean, just bawling. And I think the reason why is because I was just so touched and so grateful that he was doing that nice thing for us, expecting nothing in return. Now, I know now that people's judgment of us doesn't matter. It has more to do with them than it does with you. I also realize that no one's opinion can hurt you if you don't let it. And I know that's easier said than done. That's why I'm a big believer in the saying, what other people think of you is none of your business. So don't go trying to find out. Do you know why I like that statement so much? It's because think about it, okay? Everyone comes with an agenda. Hear me out. Your friends, your coworkers, even your parents and your siblings. Now, of course, most of the time they're well-intentioned, but always their worldview comes into the equation. Friends and family can give you guidance, and growing up, that's super important to have. But deep down, ultimately, the person that knows what's best for you is you. And you have to learn to trust that inner guidance system if you're gonna live authentically you. Someone else having an opinion of you doesn't make it true. It just makes it their opinion. That's about it. And you know what they say about opinions? Okay, now, ultimately, what I'm trying to say is if you're goofy, be goofy. If you're serious, be serious. Your people are going to love you no matter what. Changing things about yourself for someone else never works, and it is never going to work. You know why? Because you're constantly learning, evolving, and growing, hopefully. And so are they. And if you change for them this week, the next week they may expect you to change for them again. And trust me, that never will end. And it isn't your job to change so that other people are happy. They have to make themselves happy. And you're the only one that can make you happy. You don't want to be swaying with every opinion someone else has. Eventually, you're not even going to recognize yourself and you'll be bending in every direction to make others happy. And this will eventually end up causing some serious problems. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't want to grow and evolve. I'm just saying don't change for someone else unless that change resonates deeply with you as something you know deep down is right for you. And of course, it's coming from a place of love. Lean into the people who love you for you right now and try to surround yourself with people that are growing and learning and inspire you to do the same. A strong root system is why trees are able to withstand strong storms. We are all going to have to deal with strong winds. I mean, right now is a perfect example. I mean, we've been quarantined now. At the end of the month, it'll be 2 months. And we're going to have that at any given time throughout our life. If we have a strong root system, and what I mean by that is a strong belief in ourself, we aren't going to be uprooted by every storm that comes our way. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I would really appreciate a 5-star rating from you. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at the Heidi Dawson. All right, see you in a few days.